Again, my name is Keith Abel. I'm a pharmacist and a wellness consultant, and I'm going to spend a few minutes with you today talking about how you can create some extra income for your family, save some money on your taxes, and even get healthier at the same time. Uh, First of all, I want to start out by talking about your dreams. Everybody, when we start our life, when we start our working life, we graduate from high school and we have all these dreams of what we're going to accomplish in life. Some folks, they plan on going to college and become a physician. Other folks have the idea that they're going to go into the white collar world, get a job at some corporation, and eventually work their way up the ladder. So everybody has all these dreams when you're young. And the problem is that reality steps in and we have to make changes to our dreams over time. Like I said, we start off with all these big dreams and then, we graduate from college and we don't find the job that we wanted. We have to start out with less than what we were expecting when we graduated. Or maybe, the path that we chose in college was so difficult that we decided to change path. So then we have to shrink our dreams down to fit that new reality. And then bum bum ba bum bum ba bum, we meet that special somebody and we get married. And your dreams and her dreams may not be the same, and we start shrinking our dreams down again to meet the reality. And then next thing you know comes along, the first kid and the second kid, maybe even the third kid. And once again, we're having to shrink our dreams down to fit the reality that we're living in. The job situation still hasn't worked out. We still haven't found that dream job. Every few years we switch jobs. Again, we have to shrink that dream down. And next thing you know, you wake up one day and you had all these massive dreams, and now you're way over here. Your dreams have to fit in this little circle way over here. And that's where your life has been. And that's what we want to talk about today. You've got a choice. You can shrink your dreams down to fit your reality, or you can grow your income to fit your dreams. And a lot of people you see on the websites, on the internet all the time about, get out there and you're going to get rich, get rich quick on the internet. That doesn't work. That's not a reality. People don't get rich on the internet, or get rich quick on the internet, I should say. There's a few that actually do it, but for the majority of people, it's not a get rich quick thing. It's going to take some time. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Another illustration I want to give you about the dreams is I want you to think about, and this comes from Zig Ziglar, fleas. He put a jar there, you put some fleas in it, those fleas are going to jump, and they're going to jump right out of that jar. So what the flea trainer does is screws the lid on top of that jar. Then the fleas jump and they start hitting their head on the bottom of that lid. And they just keep jumping and hitting that, and eventually they just don't jump so far. They don't jump as high as they had once before. And basically what's happening is that's shrinking it down to their reality. Their reality is they can't jump any higher than that, so they stop trying. And that's what we live most of our lives. We shrunk things down and we know that's as high as we're going to go, and we don't try anymore. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So first of all, I want to ask you, which one are you? Are you a millennial? Now the millennials, they're born from 1981 to 2000. They want freedom and flexibility. More than 60% of them in reality, though, graduate and they're not going to get the job in their dream field, the job that they were hoping they were going to get to start with. And that's the reality of the the millennial generation. The other thing is they graduate school and they're so far in debt that their dreams are just gone. They don't see how they're ever going to get out of that debt. Next, you have the Generation X. Now, Generation X, those are born from 1965 to 1980, and they want work-life balance. They've gotten their kids through their elementary and high school education. Maybe they're in college at this point. They're having to figure out how they're going to pay for all that college education. And at the same time, they've worked so hard all those years while the kids were young, they're starting to look at a work-life balance, starting to look at how can they have, more for themselves. The problem with the Generation X is the average consumer debt for Generation X is $26,670. And that's the average consumer debt. That doesn't count student loans. A lot of Gen X people are still paying their student loans. And of course, you still have your house and your car and that type of thing. So that's the situation with Generation X. They want this work-life balance, but the reality of it is they've got this debt that they have to pay off. Then along comes the baby boom generation. Now, baby boom generation just happens to be the generation I live in, born between 1946 and 1964. The baby boom generation wants income security. They're looking at the fact that they're going to be retiring soon, and they're seeing that the pensions, if they have a pension, most people don't even have a pension anymore, and their Social Security are just not going to be enough to let them live the lifestyle that they've grown accustomed to. So once again, they have to shrink their reality down to what their income is going to be in retirement. And for the most of us, it's not where we want to be. You retire, you're going to retire on anywhere from 40 to 60% of what you couldn't afford in the first place. So that's the situation when it comes to the baby boom generation. What everybody has been following is what's called the 40-year plan. It's a safe and respected way to go. You're told all your life, from the time you're in elementary school all the way up, you're told to go to school, find a good job at corporate America, work for 40 years, and then retire. The reality of it is you go to school and you learn to be an employee. You find a company to work for, but it's not the company you want. You're finding a company that's willing to hire you. And then you switch companies every 3 to 5 years because you're just not satisfied with where you're at. And next thing you know, you come to find out that you can't retire comfortably. You've been working too hard all this time, and you just haven't had enough money built up to be able to retire and live like you've been living. Another problem with the 40-year plan is for every 100 people that start their working life at age 25, after 40 years, out of that 100 people, after 40 years, 28% of them are going to be dead. 28% of them don't ever make it to retirement. All the health issues that they come across prevent them from reaching that retirement. And that's something we're going to talk about tonight, how that you can improve your health so you won't be in that 28%. The other issue is of the ones that do finally make it to age 65, 62% of those are dead broke. They don't have enough money to continue to live, and they don't have the ability to continue to earn the income because, again, their health and other reasons. So 62% at age 65 that do finally make it to 65 are dead broke. And then you have 5% of the people at age 65 that are still able to work. They're still able to earn a little bit of an income there and to get by, but there's no way they can retire and not work. They have to work. So what that leaves us with is of the people that are left, you've got 1% that are wealthy and 4% that are financially stable. So that means that of all the folks that make it, that started out at age 25, 40 years later, 90% of them are either dead or they're dead broke. And that's what we want to talk about tonight, how to solve that situation. So what options do you have to earn additional income? If your car broke down and you had to put a new transmission in, what are the options that you have to create that extra income? If you have a sick kid, what are your options to create extra income? Well, you can go out and buy a lottery ticket. That's certainly one way to earn some extra income. But the reality is that you're more likely to be struck by lightning than to win that lottery. Your odds of getting struck by lightning are 1 in 6,250. Your odds of winning the Mega Million jackpot are 1 in 259 million. So you're more likely to be struck by lightning than ever win that lottery. The second thing you can do to earn extra income is you can buy a franchise. There's all kinds of franchises out there. Practically every place that you visit that as a consumer that you go to is a franchise of one sort of another. But the problem with the franchises, it takes a lot of money to open a franchise. Anytime Fitness is the #1 ranking franchise in 2014, and it costs anywhere from $56,000 to $353,000 to open Anytime Fitness. Subway's, that's #3 in 2014. To open a Subway's restaurant takes anywhere from $85,000 to $262,000. And look at Jimmy John's. A Jimmy John's franchise would cost you anywhere from $300,000 to almost $500,000 to start that franchise. And these are just the top 10 franchises. So what's another way you can create some extra income? Well, you can inherit it. But I don't know if you're like me, I don't know of any rich relative that's about ready to pass away that's going to leave me their inheritance. So that's probably not an option for you. You can invest money. The problem is that investing money takes money, and then there's risk to it. You might have a profit, you might have a loss. But again, if you needed the extra income, where are you going to get the income to invest to start with? Now, this is the option that most of us use. Most of us trade our time for more money. We work more hours. That's certainly what I've done the majority of my career until I read the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I didn't realize there was another way to create an extra income other than trading time for money. So that's what the vast majority of us do. Another option that a lot of people have is to go back to school. I've considered that option myself, going back to school and getting a master's degree or some other advanced degree. The only problem is when I weigh what it costs for that degree to the income that I'm going to generate from it, with the time that I've got left in my working life, that's not really an option. It's going to cost me more to invest in that degree than I'll ever recoup on the other end. And then, of course, the other option is what the vast majority of the other option is what Dave Ramsey and he talks about all the time on the radio is to go out and get a job delivering pizzas. Get a second job, maybe an Uber driver or something else. Maybe get a job at the 7-Eleven, whatever it is, to create extra income, get another job. But once again, you're trading your time for money, and that's not giving you a very good quality of life. So we're going to talk about what you have as an option to create that extra income. So anyhow, traditional business has changed considerably with the growth of online shopping and the growth of social selling. Just these two alone, it's amazing. Online shopping, think about it. 10 years ago, the majority of us never bought anything online. Now, the majority of folks buy online all the time. I mean, Christmas was just recently, and probably 90% of what we bought for Christmas gifts came from online, came from either Cart Ripple or came from Amazon. So, business world has changed drastically over the years. And the problem is that because of all these changes, traditional retirement planning no longer applies. You can't, because so many companies are going to online and closing down because the online businesses are taken over and people losing their jobs, that you can't really plan for retirement like you used to. You used to be able to get a job somewhere and know that you're going to put so much money in your 401k, and eventually you're going to get to the other end. You're going to have some kind of retirement, and that's just almost impossible to plan for now. Currently, what we call this now, the new economy now, is called the gig economy. The gig economy is where people work on short-term contracts. It used to be that you would get a job at a traditional corporation, and that was a long-term job. Nowadays, the jobs aren't long-term. They're contract jobs. A lot of jobs now, you go in and you sign a contract for a certain length of time. At the end of that time, you either re-up your contract or you have to go find something else. Again, so that means the working world today is just short, flexible opportunities. The long-term, stable job is slowly disappearing. Currently, right now, 1 out of 3 Americans are actually working in what's called the gig economy. They're part of that. And they're predicting that by 2020, more than half of Americans are going to be working in the gig economy. So what's the answer? Well, tonight I want to share with you a 12 to 24 month plan. A plan where, no matter what generation you're in, we have an answer for you on how in the next 12 to 24 months you can create the income that you need to have a lifestyle of freedom, to be able to retire the way you want to retire, to be able to, buy that new car or the new furniture that you're wanting to buy, to get out of debt. I mean, $26,000 is the average consumer debt. So wouldn't it be nice to create enough income over the next 12 to 24 months where you can finally see a light at the end of that tunnel? This plan, this 12 to 24 month plan that we have, doesn't require any formal education. So you don't have to be a doctor or a pharmacist or an engineer to create the income. No formal education is required. I want to read a quote to you here that's bottom left of the screen there from Tony Gaskin. It says, if you don't build your dream, somebody else is going to hire you to build theirs. And that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at how you can build your dream and how you can create the income for yourself and how to do it through residual income. If you don't know what residual income is, I want you to think about this. Steven Spielberg, Lady Gaga, name any star out there. J.K. Rowling, that's another one that comes to mind. They've built a residual income. They've created something one time, and they continue to get paid on that one time, month after month. As more people buy their products, more people buy the book, more people buy the movie, whatever it is, the album, they continue to get paid on the work that they did one time. That's a residual income. And that's what we're going to show you how over the next 12 to 24 months, you can create your own residual income. I also want to talk about leveraged income. J. Paul Getty, he was a rich industrialist, oil baron back at the turn of the century. And he said that he'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men rather than 100% of his own effort. What he means there is, rather than him working 100% and collecting that income from what he's doing, he'd rather have 100 people out there working and he's collecting 1% off of each of them. That certainly sounds like a great idea to me, and that's what I learned from Robert Kiyosaki in that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that's what got me on this journey to look for some type of opportunity where I can have the residual income and the leveraged income. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about how you can hire yourself, how you can own your own time, how you can earn while you learn, how you can do this through a proven business plan, a business plan that we already have lots of people that are already creating full-time incomes from the plan. We're going to show you how that because of this freedom that you're going to gain, it's going to enhance the quality of your life. How we're going to provide you the mentorship and the coaching and the support as you're going through this and learning the program and learning how to create this income for yourself. And how finally you're in the business for yourself, but you're not going to be in this business by yourself. So what I want to talk about is the Youngevity Modern Marketplace. We've got products, over a couple thousand products now in 6 of the top selling retail categories. We have products in the nutrition and wellness market. This is what attracted me to the company in the first place, and this is why I'm talking about how you can get healthier as you earn money. So we have products in the nutrition and wellness marketplace. We have memory keeping, photo journaling, scrapbooking, all types of memory keeping abilities there. We also have spa and beauty. So we have a mineral makeup line that the ladies tell me is the best that they've ever seen. And it's completely organic and chemical free. We have food and beverages. We own our own coffee plantation. We own our own roasters. So we can bring coffee from farm to table, organic, natural coffee. We have apparel and jewelry. There's fashions, there's jewelry, there's all types of things in that category. And the newest category that we have now is the services category. We have David Allen Capital, where we help provide capital funding for small businesses. I mentioned earlier CartRipple. CartRipple is a way that you can shop online at your favorite retailers, Walmart, whoever your favorite retailer is, and you get a percentage, and the folks that you send to CartRipple, you get a percentage off of whatever it is that they're purchasing. When was the last time that Amazon paid you for sending somebody to Amazon to buy something? It just doesn't happen. I mean, think about it. You know, this business, it's really how simple this business is. It's just like, think about the last time you saw a really good movie. You know, what's coming to mind for me is the Titanic. You know, you go see this movie and, you know, it was fantastic. You know, first of all, you go there, you plop down, you know, what, 10, 15 bucks a ticket at the door. And then as soon as you walk in the theater, you smell all this popcorn. It just smells so good. So you have to go over there and get your bucket of popcorn and your value priced soft drink. And then you go in the movie, you watch the movie, Celine Dion sung really, really high, and everybody died at the end. So what do you do when you get home? The first thing you do is you tell everybody that you know about how wonderful this movie is. And then your friends, they go to the theater. They plop down that 10, 15 bucks a ticket. They smell that beautiful aroma of that fresh popcorn, and they go over and they buy their popcorn, and they buy that value size soda. And then they go watch the movie. And they, Celine Dion, I can't even say her name now. She sang really, really high, and then everybody died at the end. And they go home and they tell everybody about the same thing. When at the end of the month, when the owner of that theater tallied up all of his profits, all the profits from the movie tickets, all the profits from the popcorn sales, all the profits from those value-sized soft drinks, did that movie theater owner give you your share for all the friends that you sent to his theater? Of course not. Well, that's what we do here. That's what we do with this company. And just like this Youngevity cart ripple, every time somebody shops at one of the merchants that's on that app, you're going to get a percentage of it. And the same thing applies with everything else that we do. We also have Telecare, which is another new service that we have, which you pay a monthly fee, and it gives you access 24 hours a day to physician through your telephone or your computer screen. So you have access to physicians all the time. So that's just one of many of the products that we have available through the Youngevity system. So the whole purpose of this is to earn a little extra income. You set your hours, you work where you want, you make Youngevity your part-time business, or if you're to the point where you can make it a full-time business, that's fine. You can decide that later. And then you get paid weekly off of all the effort that you put into the business. That Youngevity marketplace, you pick your passion. My passion is the health and wellness area, and that's what I talk about the most is health and wellness. But you've got all those other categories that I've mentioned. There's over 2,000 products out there. So you pick your passion, and that's what you share with folks. And then in the end, you swap where you shop. You find things in Youngevity, shampoo, coffee, chocolates, spa products. You find products that you use every day, but instead of going out to the retailers, local retailers, or going to Amazon and order it, you order it from your own shop, and then you teach everybody else to do the same thing. So you shop where you shop, swap where you shop. I want to talk to you about a very good friend of mine, Dr. Joel Wallach. He's the founder of this company. He founded it over 20 years ago now. Dr. Wallach has been published 75 times in medical and scientific journals internationally. He's the author of Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book and audio series. Right now, currently, there's over 350 million of the books and audios in circulation. A lot of people have heard that audio at some point in their life. And he was a veterinary doctor and a naturopathic doctor, has over 40 years of research and experience in health, wellness, and nutrition. Well, he always says it's not just what you eat that kills you, it's what you don't eat. The key to health is giving your body all the 90 essential nutrients that it needs. Some of the folks that are involved with Youngevity, our brand ambassador is Mary Lou Henner. You probably remember her if you're old enough from the TV series Taxi. She's also in a lot of the Hallmark movies. So she's one of our brand ambassadors. She says the three things that she looks for in a company is a great history, quality products, and passionate people. And she's found all three right here. We were founded, like I said, in 1997. We now have offices all over the world, Utah, Miami, Canada, Australia, Singapore, Guadalupe, Mexico, New Zealand, Russia, Kazakhstan, and their headquarters are in San Diego. We have several celebrity brand ambassadors. Theo Ratliff, he's an NBA All-Star. His career was over because he had injured his hips and broke some bones and wasn't able to heal right. He got with Dr. Wallach, and Dr. Wallach showed him how he can help his body repair itself. And he went on for another 10 years to play basketball in the NBA, made millions of extra dollars because of that. There's Drew Pearson there, NFL football player, and other brand ambassadors. So the challenge is clear. In the United States, we spend more money on healthcare than any other country. Yet 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese. Nearly every major disease is on the rise in America. And millennials are now the first generation in the history of our country with a shorter life expectancy than their parents. The core of Youngevity's health philosophy is the 90 for life. 90 essential nutrients are needed for optimal wellness. We have 40 years of clinical research and experience behind it, and we've confirmed each nutrient deficiency is linked to multiple health issues. Not all supplements are created equal. Most mineral supplements are rock-based, and they're only 8 to 12% absorbable. Youngevity is plant-based minerals, which are 98% absorbable. And when it comes to getting results, absorbability means everything. So with our healthy body packs, there's no wrong choice. Depending on what your condition is, what type of health pack you want to get. But then again, this isn't just a health company. This is a company that has products in multiple categories. So it truly is a modern marketplace. So how do you join Youngevity? It's a $25 lifetime membership, and you get wholesale benefits. The second way you can join is that $25 lifetime membership and get a healthy bodies pack to help improve your health and your longevity. Or the third way is the CEO Mega Pack. It's $499.99. Once you think about it, to get in any other franchise that we mentioned, the minimum on a franchise cost is about $20,000 now. So here we can show you how you can get a complete business system for $499.99. You'll get about $500 worth of products. Some of the packs, it's even more than that. You get a proven business model, and you get access to up to 10 different forms of compensation. And of course, leadership coaching from folks that have already been there and have already done that. So like I said, there's 10 different ways to get paid: retail profits, commissions, CEO coding bonuses, fast start, quick start bonuses, leadership bonuses, car bonuses, dream car giveaway, revenue sharing, and product credits. We have the easiest to earn car bonus in the industry. Within just a few months of starting with Youngevity, I earned that car bonus. That's what helped me buy my Cadillac CTS. We have world recognized incentives, trips, vacations, and everything else. And here's how this works. When you join the company with your CEO pack, your goal is to find 4 people to work for you on your team that all join with the CEO pack. And basically, by the time you get to 4 people, you'll have earned enough money to pay for your pack. And you'll actually, if you do it all in the first month, you'll actually get your next month's order for free. And this chart here just illustrates that, if you, just on the first line, if you got 1 customer and 1 person to join with the CEO pack, that month you're going to make $193. So if you look down the list there, you can say that if you get 3 customers, you get 3 people to join with the CEO pack, you've got your $579, which basically paid for your pack, and you're in business. You're in profit from that point forward. And there's multiple levels of getting paid. The goal, again, is for you to get 4 people to work on your team. You're going to make every month 8% off of the orders that they purchase themselves. Average order is about 150, so you make about $48 a month. Not enough to get excited about, but the thing is, you're going to teach those people to do the same thing. So once those 4 people find their 4 each, now you've got 16 people, and 16 people, you're going to make $192 on them and $48 on your original 4. Once you teach those people to do the same thing, you can see the income starts going up, and that's when you start earning the income to help pay off the debt and help get yourself, extra car or replace that furniture or whatever. And you can see that over time how this adds up. The level 3, you're going to make the 672, the 192, and the 48. So by the time you get an organization built under you, the income is unlimited. One thing's certain, that if nothing changes, then nothing's going to change for you. Here's the most important question. Is this real? Yes, this is real. I joined this company in 2012, December 2012, because I was unemployed at the time. My kid was in private education, and we were looking at trying to keep him into the keep his education going. We were looking at trying to save ourselves from having to lose our house. I joined this company in December, and within just a few months, I was earning enough income to take care of his education, to keep us from having to lose our house, and to actually buy that car, because my car at the time was just totally shot. So is it real? Yes, it's real. Can I do this? Folks, I did it. If I can do it, then you can do it. And the thing is, somebody's going to be there to help you. And that's the whole point with this company. We want you successful, because if you're successful, then that makes us more successful. So yes, it's real. Yes, you can do it. And it's simple. There's 5 steps to success. Get your CEO pack, dream, plan, do, and review. And that's what we're here to help you do. So I hope you folks enjoyed this call. I want you to get back with the person that invited you to this call so they can talk with you about what your options are and how they can get you, help you get started and get you where you can create the extra income for yourself.